like a pro. Capita.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to Brandi Beauty TV. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, returning member of the Brandi Beauty fam, hey. So today, y'all, we're going to be doing a very low maintenance, simple, kind of standard balayage placement. And this technique and this placement is one of my favorites for beginners, those who are new to hair color, those who are wanting to start experimenting with, building dimension. This is an excellent technique. So the placement is more of a honeycomb, or I guess you could say a halo technique. I like honeycomb or halo better than the term beehive for this. Just sounds more appealing. So you can refer to this as a honeycomb or a halo. And we're just going up around the circumference of her head about 1 inch at a time. So I have about 1.5 inches to about 2 inches sectioned off. And I'm just doing some simple surface painting. I am not doing full saturation on this placement because I want to achieve as much dimension as possible. And later on, a couple months down the line, as her color begins to grow out a little bit, we're actually going to start adding more highlights and doing a face frame technique to add even more color, even more dimension, just incorporate a little bit more brightness. But the surface painting is, it's an excellent technique to do if you're trying to achieve maximum dimension, because you're not saturating both sides of the hair. You're only doing one side. And so when she goes to curl her hair, set her hair, she'll get all those washes of color in that she'll like to see. So the biggest thing with this placement is to make sure that you have clean sections and that you take into account the shape of the head. You kind of just want to follow. You kind of want to make your sections kind of more of like a teardrop, so it gradually can just go up, like I said, in that halo or honeycomb shape, and you'll get that, those rolls and that kind of that natural bricklayer technique that you want to see. And by bricklayer, I mean, so they're not just stacked right on top of each other, but you get the, 1, 2, and then you'll have that 1 that sits in between that 2, and then that 2 that sits on top of that 1, and so on and so forth, much like you lay bricks. So this technique is very, very, very useful for people who have never worn any hair color, and in this case, that's where we are. My client today, she said she wanted some highlights, and I was like, okay, do you know what kind of highlights? And honestly, she was a little indecisive about what she wanted. So sometimes when I get those clients who are just really indecisive, I don't like to just kind of throw them in a Shark Tank, because I need to see and kind of gauge what they want. So if they say, hey, I want more brightness and whatnot, we can just book another session. I'll say, okay, in 3 to 4 months, come back and we'll do a face frame. And so you'll start seeing that brightness, because most of the time, people who never want hair color, unless they just mention it, they don't want to go into anything high maintenance, because sometimes going into hair color, your first time wearing it, a lot of people don't understand the marriage between hair color and hair care. And I always have to kind of go off their track record, like how often do you visit the salon, how often would you like to visit the salon, things of that nature. I really start asking those consultation questions, because I need to know the background, so I don't go sticking you into something that you can't maintain, because we could have easily done something that was a little bit more wow, but what for? Sometimes it's better to just kind of do it by sessions and just kind of ease your way up there. 1, it preserves the integrity of the hair, and 2, it allows your clients to kind of see what they like and what they don't like. And for some, they're very visual, and it's best for them to actually see it versus seeing it on somebody else or looking at hair inspiration pictures. So it's all about knowing your client and like I said, I try my best to know every single person that sits in my chair and really get to the nitty gritty of what they want and what they don't want, so we're not wasting anybody's time. Okay, guys, for the formula, we are using the Pulp Riot Cream Lightener and 20 Volume Developer. And I am just a total stickler for cream lightener. It is one of my favorite products to use, lighteners to use when doing balayage placements and even some foil placements, because it just gives you that precise control, and you can easily adjust your formula to make your formula a little bit more thicker or thinner. And in this case, I chose the thicker option so I can get that precision control and I get it to really just lay on top of that hair the way that I want to. But clay lightener is also a favorite of mine. Clay lightener is excellent because it creates a shell, but cream lightener, you can use that for both foils and also surface painting or open air processing, such as what we're doing today. And it also works really well for hair extensions. Sometimes I just have the hardest time lightening hair extensions with traditional lightener because it can dry really fast, or sometimes it can affect, the lift. Hair extensions sometimes are just a whole nother situation when you're working with hair color, because you don't know where this hair is coming from. So you don't have any idea of the porosity or anything like that sometimes until you start laying that product on top of that hair. So I have found that cream lightener it just saves me a whole bunch of time when I am working and coloring like my wigs and hair extensions, because it's pretty much has never failed me, and you can really get in and adjust the formula. So that's why I really, really like it. So if you are having trouble, issues with hair extensions or coloring them, try cream lightener. I think you'll be surprised. Okay, y'all, as you can see, we are just about finishing up this beautiful canvas, and you see all this lovely dimension we have present, and we haven't even got the final look yet, but we achieved this because I wasn't painting up too high, and that's a very important trick to do. And I didn't even say trick, but a necessity when trying to achieve dimension is that the more dimension you want, the lower you want to paint that lightener on. You want to create long, kind of stripy like V's. The higher up you go, the less dimension you'll have. And so while her hair is curly like it is now, it's all gonna just kind of look kind of shriveled in and whatnot. But wait till we pull and just stretch this thing on out, and you're just gonna see how beautiful and how soft this placement is. It was perfect for what we were trying to achieve today, and what I felt safe trying to achieve today. It was perfect. Wasn't too much, and she was able to see that change of hair color that she wanted. Okay, y'all, so my sister and I were in each other's DMs, just chatting or whatever, and she sent me this post about Cardi B, telling her fan base how, her Instagram followers, how she boils onions and uses the water from the onions to shampoo her hair with, and it stimulates her hair growth. And my sister wanted to get my honest opinion on it. And so I told her, well, it sounds like it's going to be all these folks walking around here smelling like good old Sunday dinner because they want to season themselves with onions. She fell out laughing. However, I'm sitting around here dead serious. And so she wanted me to talk about this. And so I said, okay, let me go ahead and just break this down in the most simplistic fashion and lay these myths to rest. This fruit and vegetable produce department situation. Let's go ahead and just nip this in the bud, because there's a lot of that going on around here, and I don't know why, but here we are. So, are fruits and vegetables effective? Yes. Are they effective on the hair? Absolutely not. Are they effective if you eat it? Yes, absolutely. That's actually what I recommend most of the time, if not all the time. Can it be useful on the scalp? Sometimes, just depending on the person. But yes, it can be somewhat effective on the scalp. The issue is that these people are thinking that they're doing something if they're putting it actually on the hair. Now, it's not anybody's fault if they're ignorant to what they're doing, but we have just gotten away from just simple, basic, just rules, guidelines, laws of hair, and we like way over here. Like, it's just no balance with this thing. And so I'm always the one to tell my clients, like, you don't have to do all of that. Like, it's just unnecessary. Unless you have something internally going on, something like alopecia, you're on some type of medication that's stopping your hair loss, or those extreme cases, you don't need to do all of that. Keep your scalp clean. Keep your ends trimmed, low manipulation, stop pulling on it, yanking on it, and your hair, you'll retain the length, because hair is going to continue to grow. The issue is that people are just not retaining the length. And not saying that what Cardi B was doing wasn't working, but I think, in my opinion, because she posted a picture of her hair from, I'm guessing, when she was like a teenager, and then she posted a picture of her hair present day today when it's long and flourishing and just about waist length. And I'm like, it's not onions. She's finally learned how to take care of her hair. It's not the onions. I'm like, onions can't do that alone. She has just learned to stop playing with it and torturing her hair so much, which is what a lot of people do. I know we all go through that phase when we're young. At least some of us do, when we just pulling on our hair, experimenting with it all the time, and we don't realize just how delicate and fragile the hair actually is, and that it will and it can break off if you abuse it. And I feel like Cardi just learned how to care for it, and that's pretty much it. And so I'm not a fan of fruits and vegetables on the hair. For one, the hair is dead. Hair does not have the ability to metabolize anything. It's not a living tissue. But your skin, which is your scalp care is skin care, and hair care is scalp care, okay? That's how it works. If you're not taking care of your scalp, you will have issues with your hair, almost always. You have to take care of your scalp, and fruits and vegetables, they can aid in that. Like, if you just want to do it, then fine. But it works so much better when you actually just eat it instead. Like, these things work so much better if you put it in a smoothie, blend it up, or however you're gonna do it, or just start eating more vegetables with your dinner or lunch meal, however you want to do it. But it's unnecessary, guys. It just is. Keep your scalp clean. Keep your hair clean. Keep it trimmed. Don't do things that will harm it, and you will see improvement. So, am I upset with Cardi for posting her hair growth? No. But hey, y'all know we like to get down in them comment sections, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm like, oh God, now I was about to be an onion shortage, because all these people gonna be out here thinking that was the key. That was their answer. They found it. The light bulb has gone off, and that's a whole nother video, but that kind of disturbs me when I see all these celebrities, and even more so socialites, get 5 inches of growth, and all of a sudden they want to create a growth oil, growth serum, or something like that. I'm like, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. That's always the backup plan. Like, just stay out of the cosmetology industry. You don't know anything about hair care or anything like that. And most of the time, it's not even the stylist. Stylists don't use that stuff. Most of your educated stylists are not using these celebrity socialite products, because they know it's not backed by any research or any knowledge, and the face of it is deceiving. And this is not to say all of it is trash, but y'all, come on, y'all. Let's just make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. Like, it's people who study this stuff day in and day out, and I just don't think. I think we just need to be a little bit more mindful of who we are listening to and getting this information from. And we don't go to school for nothing. And even still, going to school is not the measure of being informed and knowledgeable cosmetologist. You have to study to show you're self-approved. And a lot of these people are not doing that. And yeah, it leaves a lot of questions on the table. So fruits and vegetables, eat it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, y'all, so we are almost done curling, and y'all see this beautiful colors. Like, this is perfect kind of brown, dark blonde situation. I really like this. This is perfect. This is soft, and this is going to create the perfect backdrop for us to continue on her color story. And so if she wants to add more or even change the tone of this, you know, right now she's like this, you know, beautiful kind of brown, warm brown, soft brown kind of color, but she can always just change the tone. And so I'm happy. I am really excited to see the final look. So right now I am just going over and combing these curls out. We don't want her walking out of here looking like Cindy Lou Who. We want her to be nice and, you know, we just want soft body to this. You know, we don't want to walk out here with no curls. Now, if she wanted to leave, I would have set them and she could have walked out. But I get excited when I get to wrap the hair up like this, because I get to see it in second day hair, true fashion. And y'all always know when you leave the salon, it ain't nothing like that hair to second day. Like, I don't know what it is about second day hair, but I get a little mad sometimes that I don't get to see y'all the day after. But sometimes some of my clients will just come by the salon so I can see their hair. And I think that's just the cutest thing. So I love it. But it came out beautiful. I am really pleased with this. And I definitely know that she was pleased as well. And like I said, this is the perfect beginner-friendly hair color placement, especially for those who don't want to change their base, who don't want to go too bright. Staying in a 6 and 7 range, sometimes 8, but that 6 and 7 range creates the perfect brunette, blonde kind of hair color blends for those that want to kind of just get there a little at a time. So I'm going to attach some pictures of her hair straight and in her curled state, so you can see just how it translates from both styles. And hair color is just so much fun. It is just so much fun, and it's amazing to see how you can get so many different looks out of one session. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you are new here, thank you. I mean, go ahead and join the Brandi Beauty fam. You know, the folks will tell you that it's second to none around here. And I will see y'all in my next video.